Victor Davis Hanson and I will break down the, well, literary strafing that's going on from frustrated warmonger John Bolton, and even explain how even the New York Times takeaway makes Trump look pretty good. Stay there.
Hey guys, it's the Watt Brothers. Wednesdays.
Excerpts from John Bolton's temper tantrum, well, I guess the book, they were released in various outlets today, and I guess we now know why Mr. Bolton is so angry. Trump didn't want to bomb everyone like a lot of neocons want. Okay, here's one example. In June 2019, Iran shot down an unmanned American drone, and Bolton pushed Trump to approve a series of military strikes in retaliation. Well, Trump decided to call off the strikes at the very last minute after learning they would kill as many as 150 people. Too many body bags, Trump told him, not proportionate. Bolton still seemed incensed at this unexpected display of caution and humanity on the part of Trump, deeming it the most irrational thing I ever witnessed any president do. Okay, so that was the New York Times account. Joining me now is Victor Davis Hanson, Hoover Institution Senior Fellow. Victor, now this is one of the supposed smoking guns that Democrats thought would ensure Trump's impeachment, that he didn't want us to get involved in some, tit for tat because of that drone. That's amazing.
Yeah, I don't understand the constituency to which he's appealing to, because if you're a New York Times reader, you're saying, oh my God, I want to be shocked by Donald Trump. I want to read how John Bolton shows me that he's a warmonger. And then all of a sudden you think, wow, he didn't go to war over a drone, and that's bad? Wow. Trump's might not be all that bad. And then when you look at the other constituencies, the conservative constituency is Bolton saying to them, look, he's not tough. He didn't go to war over a shot drone. They're saying, well, wait a minute. He got out of the Iran deal. Nobody dared to get rid of General Soleimani. His own military really didn't want to. Trump took that really, daring action, and that really had positive effects on the Middle East. And he got rid of ISIS in Syria. He's the first person to recalibrate against China. What do you mean? He's been tough. He's Jacksonian. And so I guess what he's thinking is there's a neoconservative preemptory community still, and it doesn't exist. And it's sad. It's a tragic situation because they want to use John Bolton as a useful idiot, but to do so, you've got to go down the whole Bill Kristol never Trump line. And he hasn't done that, so he's orphaned. And I don't know what the purpose was. And then you get the question of timing, Laura. He was valuable during the impeachment because they thought he'd spill the beans on Ukraine, but when he didn't do that, I fear
it's
that
pathetic.
He doesn't have anybody left or right who wants to hear about it.
No, it is. I want to play this, by the way. This is what Bolton said about Trump in an interview with ABC News that's set to air in full on Sunday. Watch.
Donald Trump, as we say, sees himself as a deal maker. What happened to the deal maker in those situations?
Well, the president may well be a superb maker when it comes to Manhattan real estate, dealing with arms limitation treaties on strategic weapons, dealing in many, many other international security issues are things far removed from his life experience.
Victor, Bolton's life experience has been encouraging, the wasting of American lives and treasure and endless wars, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, it's baffling because he says he's going to give an example. And he only gives one, and that was about missile treaties. And Trump did very well. He got out of that crazy Russian treaty on short-term missiles. So that was pretty good. And I'm waiting to hear the other examples. And I'm thinking Iran deal, he got out of that. And NATO, he's got the NATO contributions of the Europeans up. That was pretty good. And North Korea, he's got a greater degree of calm. So where is the evidence that was promised that he doesn't know how to negotiate? He's doing a pretty good job.
Victor, doesn't it remind you of what the generals are doing too? I mean, it is the old Eisenhower military-industrial complex warning that when you have someone like Trump who comes in and says, wait a second, you know how much that costs to have all these troops in Germany? What are the American people getting from this now? Is it wise or is it not wise? They can't stand anyone questioning their failed policies. They can't stand it. And basically, Bolton also lied about the China experience.
I don't understand what they thought Donald Trump was. He was very clear. He wanted to get tough on China. He wanted to bring jobs back. He wanted to reindustrialize the hollowed-out interior of the United States. He wanted to close the border. He questioned optional wars, and the cost-benefit analysis didn't pay off. And then everybody wanted to, what, convert him from what he got elected for? So we got all of these military people and John Bolton, who's got a distinguished record, and they're angry that he doesn't listen to me. But why did they go to work for him? He was
Wait,
not
Victor, how many votes did John Bolton get? When John Bolton ran for president, I must have missed all those primaries that he won. I mean, if you don't agree with the president's policies, why do you think that your views are going to prevail over the commander-in-chief's on key issues? I mean, maybe sometimes you'll be able to convince him, but I mean, he didn't win the presidency, and he seems like he's stamping his feet going, oh, well, why didn't he do everything I said? Because he's president and you're not, and he gets to make the call.
Know.
It's unbelievable.
I think it's a frustration. I was trained as a philologist, somebody who studies languages. So when I hear that Trump violated the Constitution, he made a mockery, I want to hear what the examples are. And they never give any example. Well, he used federal troops, and John Bolton, he can't negotiate. Well, give me some examples. But it suggests there's a larger frustration at Trump's style and who he is. It's not
as
about
usual,
substantive
Victor.
issues.
Yeah, they're hearkening for those days when we can just drop 50,000 American troops in some godforsaken place. Victor, thank you so much.